So, okay, while waiting for you to open the camera, so thank you. So today I would like to share about the experience that I have during my writings process, writing of articles. So this in this occasion, I would like to share everything regarding to the process of writing an article according to my experiences. So that's why in this occasion, I would like for you to have, for us to have more interactions. So you may ask anything to me regarding to the article writing process, especially in the format of writing for those article from the abstract title and so on and so forth. So shall we begin? Okay. So guys, my presentation visible, Pak Nur?
Yes.
Yeah, visible, yeah.
Yes, Pak.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So the title of this workshop will be the manuscript writing workshop, reportable journal or proceeding. So you may use this workshop for you to write an article that's suitable to the journals, reportable journal like Scopus or Sinta-based, Sinta-accredited journal, and also the proceedings indexed by Scopus or any database indexing. So in this occasion, I would like to begin by giving you a question that what is the difference between a publication article and a research report? Would you mind to explain or give an explanations? Any of you want to give an explanation of what is the difference or what are the differences between publications? Wait up. Yeah, between a publication article and research report. Any of you? Or probably the one that is open the camera? Except me and Bu Yeni. Pak Nur.
May I give comment, Pak?
Sure.
Uh, in my opinion, a publication article is we have to publish in our journal, such as journal, and then if a research report, we don't have to publish in a journal.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Nur. Is there any other participant who would like to give your opinion regarding to these questions? Regarding these questions, is there any of you? Okay, silent means agree. So thank you, Pak Nur. Well, actually, technically speaking, yes, that article must be published, and even for the policy have in Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta, yes, if you have an article that it should be published. But also for the report, yeah, you can publish or not. It's all up to you. However, I would like to give you an explanation regarding to this the difference of these two manuscripts. So for the paper, research paper is this kind of the small representative of the research report. So research report must, as what the word says, report means that you have to give or you have to say everything from A to Z regarding the research process, especially the instrument and also everything that engage during the process. But for article, it's not you're not have to represent all of those from chapter one to chapter four. I mean chapter one to chapter five. But you can also make the article for the chapter one only, or chapter two only, chapter three only, chapter four, and chapter five. So that's the first difference. The second difference is that about the title. The title of research report. So when I close this screen, it means that it will be serious talk. So the difference between the title of the research report and the research article is that the research report always begin, sorry, the research title always begin by verb. For instance, develop or analyze or synthesize and so on. But then for the article, it begin by gerund, right? By gerunds, for instance, um, correct me if I'm wrong, Bu Yeni. Improving la 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 by using la 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 in la 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 la. That's the title of the article. But for the research title, it just use like a verb only. So develop, synthesize, because if you say improving, means that the result is improved. If you say enhancing, means that the result is enhanced. So when your article says enhancing or improving, means the finding of your article is improved. So the very first word used in the title must represent the result. All right, must represent the results. So different with the research, the title of the research, it will begin by the verb that we don't know whether what the result will be. It will improve or not. So we use the verb only. So that's the second difference. Okay. So thank you, Panur, for responding to questions. The next is I will begin by explaining the title. So the title in here must represent the result of the research. Represent the result of the research means that your finding, let's say, improve if your research is quantitative, which means improve or effective. So it should be represented in the research title. I mean, in the title of the research article. For instance, like integrating PowerPoint. Sorry, yeah, integrating YouTube in probability listening. Wait. Oh, I said like this. Improving students' critical thinking by using PowerPoint integrated flip learning. So improving means that the integration of PowerPoint and flip learning can improve student critical thinking. So that's what we call as the research article that should represent the result of the research. So again, when you're trying to make the title, please make sure there are three things that have to be included in the title. First is the finding of is your research findings. If you're trying to improve, then improve or not. If yes, so improving. Second is about the variable. If the variable there are one or two, this should be inserted in the title. And the third, the variable should be including the x and y. In qualitative, it means the theoretical review. Sorry, the theoretical aspect also inserted in here. For instance, you're trying to analyze the conditions of the way Japanese talk English through certain theory. So you should say that analyzing the accents of Japanese student in speaking English based on Yanis theory. So you should in your qualitative you should put the locations or the subject or the time, and also you should explain about the theory you use to slice the finding. Both are okay, right? So any of you understand about this too, right? So if your a research article, if your research is quantitative, you should put it the finding and the variables. The variables mean x variables and y variables. X is the treatment, y is the dependent variables. If you're doing the qualitative one, so it should represent about the we have three things here: time, place, subject. Okay, time, place, subject should be inserted in the title and also the theory used in the title. Okay, so that's what I call as the title should represent the result of the results. Secondly, is the the title should no more than 15 words. The title should no more than 15 words. As you do it as best as you can. Don't make it then more or longer than 15 words. So but then, well, there are some, especially in English, because some words are just like conjunctions. So it will give more words for the title. However, if you can make it as concise as possible, so make it no more than 15 words. Next is about the authorships. I believe that you really understand about this rule. So not using academical title. For instance, Buyeni Pratiwi as the author. Don't use any PSD in the behind of Buyeni's name and also mine. So you just use yours, your real name. Also, there's echo with the name of the institution. Yeah, you don't understand about that. Comes with an email from the corresponding authors. This depends on the template you use from the journal. I won't talk about that long. So, guys, this is the longest part that I will talk to you about how to construct the introductions. Okay, so this is the longest part of this workshop. So I hope you're ready for this. Ready? I wish. Okay. So, guys, I would like to wait a minute. Yo, wait a minute. Okay. So if I'm moving to the MS Word, is it still visible? Anur, masih terlihat?
Is it blank, white blank, Pak?
White blank. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So, okay. So, is it visible now from the MS Word?
Microsoft Word, yes, Pak.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Pak Nur. So, I wish the other can follow. So, okay, guys. So, the first thing that have to be considered for the introduction is that we should what in here must answer the title of the research, and also for wait. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do in the introduction is that must answer the title of the research. So let me take any research of mine. So as the example for today's workshops. So for instance, I would like to take the easiest title. So it will be that the first thing that we have in here. So if you have a title, so the first thing is that we should notice all the keywords in the title. For instance, for the okay, so here my PDF is visible here. Okay, so for instance, for this paper, the title is integrating STEM into flip-flop model to improve student understanding on composition of function during online learning. Terlihat Bapak Ibu ya, teman-teman ya. Okay, I make it too. Okay. So based on this, would you mind to help me? What are the keyword of the title? Anyone? Miss Anissa?
Ini, Mbak. Invova.
Eh?
Invova. Composition of function. Flip-flop.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Hatin Sulaiman. Miss Anissa or Mr. Nur? Do you have any idea about the keywords?
STEM, maybe, Pak.
Sure. Thank you. The first thing first is wait. Then second,
Flip-flop model.
wait. Oh, okay. Then good. Flip-flop. Flip-flop model. Then what else?
Iterator coherence kappa.
No, there's the keywords for the title, by the way. What I mean is the keywords in the
Iya, Pak.
title. Any idea?
You mean from the title, right?
Yeah, from the title.
Yes, yes.
So we got Steam here. We got flip-flop. Others?
Composition of function, Ba.
Okay, nice. Composition of function. What else?
Online learning.
Online learning. Good job. One more.
Students understanding.
Nice. Students understanding. Okay, thank you. So we got this keyword. Then now our homework is that we should arrange those words become the framework of us to make our introductions, to make it as the base of our introductions. So guys, the framework should be, there are two kind of framework. The first is just like the flip pyramid, and the second one is just like a diamond. Okay, what are the difference? The difference that, oh wait. The difference that for this one, the title should be in general. What do you mean by in general? There is no specific words. What does it mean by specific words? Specific words mean specific technical words. Okay, specific technical words that probably no others, no, like the specific word that only exists in our subject or in our field. Okay, so otherwise, if you have this one, so you should this format. Okay, if you do your title is general, so you use this one. But if your title have the specific words or specific term, it should not be words but term. Okay, specific term, so you better this one. Okay, so that's the first format. The second format is that you should. The second format is that you should begin your introduction from problem to from problem to solution. Clear? Okay, the first is that you have two options here. Whether you want to use like a flip pyramid or diamond. Okay. The second thing is that the way you write up your introduction should be problem to solutions. Okay. So based on this problem to solutions, we have 5 keywords here. Based on these 5, so help me now listing what are the problem and what are the solutions. Any of you? What is the problem?
Again?
Pardon? What is the problem? You should try to analyze what keywords that should be the problems and what
Students
keywords that should be
understanding,
the
Pak.
solutions. Yeah, good. Students, the first is student understanding. Then what else? Online learning. What else? Composition of function. Okay. Then the solution will be flip-flop model, same education. All right. So after you're listing all the keywords, you should separate them to be 2 sections, the problem sections and the solution section. Okay. Afterwards, you try to make it to be as smooth as possible regarding to the structure. So based on this keywords, which one do you think that we use? The flip pyramids or the diamond one? What do you think? Do we have in this keyword? Do we have any specific terms,
Specific,
especially for the problems? For the problem in these three problems, do we have any specific word?
specifics online learning,
Is the online learning is a specific term that no one knows? Do you know what is composition of functions? I mean, do you know what is student understanding? I'm sure you know, right? I'm sure you
yeah,
know.
that's sure. That's
Uh,
sure. Student don't
okay.
understanding. Yeah, the
Student
first.
understanding, sure. You do understand about that words. Online learning, pretty sure you do understand about that word. But what about the composition of functions? As I'm pretty sure that none of the mathematicians knows about none of the mathematicians understand about this word. Probably it will be confusing. Guys, the thing is that we have the specific term in here, whether it's for the term in math. Okay, so do you still hear my voice here?
Yes,
Yeah.
Pak.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
thank you. Because I just turned off my headphone because the battery low. Okay, so as we have this specific term in here, so which one do we use? The pyramid one or this one, diamond one?
Right hand specific.
Yeah, as we have the specific one, so we will use this as we have the specific one, yeah. So we will use this one, the diamond one. Okay, so from the diamond for the diamond, from this to this should be the problem. Then from here to here should be the solutions. Okay, so let us begin this problem by stating from the very specific term we're using here. So the first thing that we have to explain to the others is that what is composition of functions. So as what we do in debate, right? In the debate, before we debate to others, we should have the agreement about the definition of things, correct? Before I debate to Pak Nur or before I debate to Miss Anissa, before we debate, we should begin the debate by giving a clear definition of terms. So the problem in here is that mathematicians they don't know about the definition of composition of functions. So my first task is that I should explain what is the composition of functions. Correct? So the first paragraph or the first thing that I have to explain is what is the composition of functions. Afterward, I explain about the context of the problem. So the context is online learning. Based on this, do I show you the problem? Not yet. Because I just explained the composition of function and I am explaining the learning of composition of function in online learning. So for this, I use the third problem, that is students understanding. Okay, do my problem done? Done. When I'm trying to when I already done finishing all the problems, then I'll go to the solutions. My first question is that which one do I have to explain first? The flip-flop model or STEAM educations? Which one is the tools? Flip-flop or STEAM? Tell me. Which one is the tools? Flip-flop or STEAM?
Team education.
STEAM educations? What do you have any idea about what is STEAM educations? Is it approach or model?
Approach.
Yeah, approach. So approach is just like a clothes. Okay, approach is just like a color. Approach is just like everything that have to have that become the wrap of the tools. So that's what we call as approach. So the tool is that which I bring in here is pen. So the pen in here is the model. Okay, so the solution is if you're trying to cut a meat, right? If you're trying to cut a meat, if there is the word that yellow knife. Okay, yeah. Let give you an example. If there is a word yellow knife, pisau kuning, okay, so the knife is the model and yellow is the approach. All right. So from this one, what should I decide first? The knife or the yellow to slice the meat?
The knife, but
The knife, right?
yeah,
So
flip.
in here we have model and approach. So which one do I have to explain first?
Flip flop
Models.
model,
All right,
model,
flip-flop. So the first one that I have to
model.
explain is that flip-flop model. Okay, what kind of flip-flop model, guys? The flip-flop model that is wrapped up by the approach that is STEM education. So now you understand that we have these conditions. Based on this condition, so what is the problem? So the problem is student understanding. So what is your solution? I give you flip-flop. So what kind of flip-flop? Flip-flop that have STEM educations. Understood? Aman, Pak Nur? Mbak Anissa, aman?
Ya, Pak. Aman.
Okay.
Insya Allah.
So, inshallah. Okay. Yes. If you say inshallah, then I say Allahu alam. Okay. So the first thing, so guys, the things that you have to understand is that first you have to determine all the keywords. Okay. You have to determine all the keywords. Second, you have to determine which framework will you use. If you have specific terms, I don't know what kind of specific term in English educations, or probably gerund. If me, I don't speak English, then I used to understand about what is gerunds. So your first thing first that you have to explain is that what is gerunds. So if you have specific first a specific word, then you use the daemon. But if you don't have any specific word, so you use the general, what is the flip pyramid. That's the second. The third one, you design the problem to solutions. What kind of what is the structure of the problem and what is the structure of the solution? The structure of the problem is that you should explain the specific term first. If you use the daemon, yeah, you should explain the specific term first, then explain what the context. The specific here is composition of function, and what's the context is online learning. All right. Then afterward, you say, what's the problem? So the problem is student understanding based on the context. Okay. And also, if you want to say, if you already have, as you already say about the problems, then you give the solutions. The solution in educational terms in our fields. So model is the tools. So model integrated by what? Integrated by the approach. So the model in here is for model, and the approach is STEAM educations. So based on that, we already done with the structure of our introductions. Okay, so based on this, let's see the paper. We see the first thing first that I explain to my readers is that I explain them what is the composition of functions. All right, what the composition of function, and then I explain them about the online learning and the problems of the online learning stuff in this paragraph, in the second paragraph. Okay, so based on this, wait. So from here to here is the problem. Done with the problem. then you go to the solution. Solution what? So as what I told you earlier, that the solution that I explained first is the flip-flop, then go to Steam. Okay, so I hope it's clear to you. That's how we design the framework of introductions. Okay, if you have any question, just save it to you. Let's talk it behind. So that's the first things that we have to explain in the very first uh tasks that we can do in the introduction sessions. So must answer the title of the research. Anyway, I want to ask you, every time I move the windows, you see, right? Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to make sure because sometimes it happens some error regarding to the internet connection. Okay. The next is that all sentences must have bases. All sentences must have bases. So guys, let's move to another page. All sentences must have a basis. So beforehand, I want to explain to you what the meaning of the basis. So in here, before I'm trying to explain about the basis, I will explain to you about the structure of the words. The structure of the words, there are the weight of the words. I mean the sentence. I mean not the word, sentence. There is the level of sentence. The first level of sentence is definition. Okay. The second level of sentence is axiom, or postulate, or principle, or law. Okay. All of these are questionable, are not questionable. Below to this level, we have the third level, that is theory. Theory is the word, is the sentence that need to be proof or need to be proven. So we will call as theory. This is the level of word of sentence. Okay. First, I would like to explain to you about this one. Later on, I want to explain to you why this should be explained. The second thing is that the structure of an argument. If you are an English debater, I'm pretty sure that you already relate with these abbreviations. This is RL, AREL, right? If you are a debater, I'm pretty sure that you already know this one. RL, the A is the assertions, reasons, evidence, or example. And this one is link back. This is the structure of the argument. I'm pretty sure you know this one because I used to a debater in my university. The next ones is about the level of words that have what is it? They have the well, I call it earlier that should have a basis. So the first thing, kind of word is we have definition here. Definition. Second, we have claim in here. The third one, we have opinion. This is type of sentence. Okay. Sorry. This is type. Yeah. This is type of sentence in describing the argument. Opinion or inference. Inference. Okay. So based on this, when I say mathematics is la 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 la, should I have citation and reference? Should I have reference for this stage? If I say mathematics is la 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 la, should I have a reference for this?
Yes, of course.
Oh, thank you, Mahmoud. Yes, you should have reference because this is definition, so we have reference here. Then I say, then about the claim. When I say that problem-based learning can improve student understanding in mathematics, should I have a reference for this?
Yeah, but because
Yes.
in the definition,
No, no, no. The definition is that mathematics is, because we use the word is, mean definitions. But then when I say problem-based learning, which is the model, can improve, the word can means claim. So when I say problem-based learning can improve student understanding in mathematics education, this is claim, right? This is the claim. So should I have reference for this?
No.
No, Pak.
It's like
No?
a hypothesis.
Yes,
Bu Siti, should I have?
yes, it
Sure.
should be
Why?
karena there is a claim bisa reference to the other journal atau gimana
Sure.
gitu.
should
Let's
be.
talk about the claim. Claim means that you want to say something according to empirical base, right?
Oh,
So based on the empirical base, that you do not do that. So you have to use other reference to support your claim. So if you make a claim, so it should be supported by reference.
Mm.
As simple as white white is the most easy color to be wear in sorry, let's say that the sun is the center of the world. Is that the claim? Yes, that's the claim. So should I have a reference? Sure, I should have a reference. Based on what? Based on empirical studies that happened before by previous researchers. So the second one that is claimed should have reference. Okay, but then we have opinion here. The example of opinion. So mathematics is la 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 by Mahmud 2017. Mathematics is la 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 by Anissa 2020. So based on those experts, mathematics is la 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 la. Based on my last sentence, do I have to put any reference for this? What do you think? Do I have to put any reference for my last sentence?
Last sentence, no.
No, sure. Because what? Because the last sentence is the inference for the first and second sentence that already have reference. As what I say, mathematics is la 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 by Mahmud 2022. This is a definition they have supported by a reference, that is Mahmud 2022, and also mathematics is la 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 by Anissa 2017. It's also a reference. So my last sentence just to conclude based on those two experts. So do I have to put any reference for my last sentence? No, because they already have based on the last sentence already put its leg based on the first and second sentences. I hope you clear. So that's why this one, no reference. Okay, no reference. And also for the claim, let's say that problem-based learning can improve student critical thinking. City 2027. Problem-based learning can improve student problem solving. Hatin 2020. So based on those two previous studies, problem-based learning can improve student critical thinking and student problem solving skill. Do my last sentence should have reference? Exactly no, because it already based on previous studies. Okay, so based on that, there are now we understand that in the sentence there are three types of sentence. First, definition that should reported by reference, claim that should supported by reference, and opinion or reference or inference, I mean inference that should not supported by reference. Okay, so we already do now we understand about these things. Secondly is that based on that there are two types of reference that can be used.
for the definition, you may use book for your reference. What is the implications? The implication is that if the book is published like million years ago, then you can use it because this is the final book probably. So let's say you can use then more than, I mean, sorry, you can use it more than, sorry, you can use it more than 10 years. Why? Because this is the book probably the last version is published more than 10 years ago. You may use it. You may also use research paper for the definitions. But then for the claim, you should refer to research paper only. That it will be great if you can use the last 5 years or at most 10 years. Okay, I explained you very slow, yeah? So I hope you understand about this one. So if there is any questions, sir, how many reference used for the article to be published in Sinta or any Scopus index journals? That is an irrelevant questions because the number of reference is the same as the number of definitions and claim you use in the paper. The more you use definition and the more you use claim in the paper, the more you use references. Understood? Oke ya. Jadi semakin
Yes.
banyak, ya, thank you. Jadi jumlah referensi, ada yang nanya, berapa Pak jumlah minimal referensi? Itu pertanyaan nggak relevan. Pertanyaan sangat nggak relevan. Oke ya. Okay, so now you do understand about this one. Then, now you know that in this paper, there are so many references here. Because the number of argument I use in here should be supported by reference. For instance, here, the composition of function is it, so what do you think? This word is a definition or claim? This word a definition or claim? Mahmud, Bu Siti?
Yeah.
So this one is
Claim.
Definition.
This is common
definition.
knowledge.
Yeah, definition, good. Thank you. So what about this
Fine.
one? This concept can simplify complex and so on and so forth. Is this claim or definition?
Claim.
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 Good, because the word
Claim.
here is can. Can means claim. I mean, not all the claims use can, yeah, but can is one example of the claim. And now, guys, you do understand about this one. So that's the way. That's how we say that all the sentence, all the arguments should have basis. Based also in this one, like what I told you in the previous in this scratch, you should begin by definitions. Afterward, you should give a statement, reason, example, link back. So to begin this argument, to begin this introduction, I'm begin this one by stating the definitions. What is the composition function? Then I go to the others argument about this one. Okay, I give you another paper that related to that. Wait a minute. Oh, this one. Okay, so guys, look at this. So different to previous paper, this paper, do we have any specific word in this paper? Do we have any specific word in this paper? Specific term in this paper?
Specific what?
Specific term.
Yes, GeoGebra.
GeoGebra is the tools.
General.
Yeah. So it is not specific term actually.
So there is no specific.
Nice. Because there is no specific term. What kind of framework do we use? The flip pyramid or
Pyramid.
the diamond?
The pyramid?
Dynamond, yeah.
The diamond?
No.
The
Flip pyramid,
the
Pak.
flip pyramid. Nice, Pak Nur. The flip pyramid. So we begin by from the general to specific and from problem to solutions. Okay? So I begin by COVID-19.
Okay, Ron.
Okay, I begin by the COVID-19. This is very general, right? So how do we begin? Oh, I forgot to explain to you. How do we begin? So before I explained to you about the daemon, right? I explained to you about the daemon. So the daemon should begin from the specific word. But what about this one? This one you should begin from the common issue. The common issue from this problem is the COVID-19 pandemic, right? Then from the COVID-19 pandemic, I go uh to the mathematics. There is no mathematics word in here. That I put it more another word that is mathematics. Then for the mathematics, I go to the problem that is self-regulated learning. Let me show you here. So in the first sentence, I begin by the common issues, that is COVID-19. Okay. From the COVID-19, I go to the uh, government policy just to dramatize it. Then goes to mathematics and go to the problem. What is the problem? Self-regulated learning. So that's the way we use flip pyramid. Okay, so you use flip pyramid when there is no specific word. All right, and how the way you begin? Begin by the common issue for that. Common issue for the people in the world. So what is the common issue for the people in the world? COVID-19. Yes, go to COVID-19. And another tips for you to slap the reviewer or slap the editors or to wake them up when they read your introduction, just give them number. Like this one, give them number. So the number will help you to make it as scientific as possible because you put number there. That's the first reason. The second reason is that you're playing drama for this. What kind of drama? You're trying to dramatize your introduction that this issue is the really problem that has to be answered by other people. So that's the way we explain about we begin about the introductions. So I hope everyone clear, yeah, about the difference between the flip pyramid and the diamond one. Okay, so next. So we already have this one. This is the level of the sentence, the argument, I mean, the statement, level of statement, definition, axiom, and theorem. Okay, once you define, you go to theories. And this is the structural argument, error, assertion, reason, evidence, link back. And also there is a type of sentences, definition, claim, and opinion or inference, which two of them should be supported by reference. Well, definition you may supported by book, which means it will be obsolete book is okay. I mean, more than 10 years book is okay. As long as that book is the latest one published. Okay? So that's the introductions. The next one is the research gap must clearly visible. So before we go that far, I want to ask you, what is research gap, by the way? What is research gap?
The the thing that you want to research about. Like there is so many articles, many researches, but your gap is something that is not explored yet.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Thank you, Mahmoud. So yes, what Mahmoud said. So research gap is the thing that we want to research, but then there is a numbers of studies in one topic. Okay, number of studies in one topic, and we found there is some spot. There we find some spot that is not researched yet. So we want to research that spot. So that spot is called as gap. Okay, gap. So let's say we want to talk about theories. There are many theories used in English education, but there is no theory for some parts of in English education. Let's say roughly speaking, in reading skill. Probably in reading skill, there is no theory about reading skill. Then I want to do the research for this reading skill. Then I will make the theory. So that's what we call research gap. So guys, thank you. So research gap is that the gap that you should study or research because there is no study that's trying to digging the topic. Then we go to the next page to make it good. Oh. Okay. So here, guys. So, research gap. Guys, research gap, when you write the research gap, when you should write the research gap, when you should write the research gap, when all keywords already done, explain. Then you go to the research gap. That's the first thing you should understand. So when you should explain the research gap, when all keyword you've done explain. Okay, that's the first thing we should understand. So secondly, the research gap is one part of what we call as novelty. Then tell me now, what is novelty?
Kebaruan.
Okay, kebaruan. Mahmud, what is novelty?
Yeah, it's novelty is like your gap. Like how important is your gap?
How important was your gap? So the important is the part of novelty, but it's not answering the what is novelty. The novelty is what Anissa says, is keterbaruan or the new. What is the new of our research? So what we call as this is as the novelty is the new. So how do we construct this novelty? The first thing first, we should explain about the state of the art. State of the art. Okay? What is the state of the art? In other words of the state of the art is previous studies. Another word of state of the art is previous studies. So what is state of the art? State of the art is the way we explain about the first time the theory come up. Then we try to tracking what is the when the theory first come up and what research that use that theory during the time. Okay, so that is the previous studies. So we're trying to explain about the story of the theory when the first time it come up and the studies that use this theory during the research along the time which is now. Okay, so that we call as state of the arts, or another word is that previous studies of what? Previous studies of that topic. So in the previous study of the topic, should we use reference here? Yes, should be supported by reference. So what kind of reference? Reference by research paper. What at most? 5 to 10 years. Okay, you can track it, 5 to 10 years. Okay, then after you explain about the state of the art of previous studies, then you can spot the gap. You say that, well, previous studies has already examined about this topic and variables. However, Waalaikumsalam sayang. However, there is no study that trying to explore this spot. So we call it as gap. Okay, I will show you the example later. After you explain the gap, then this is what Mahmud said. The significance of the gap. You should explain why the gap is not researched yet. Because there is two options of why the gap is not researched. First, it is really not researched yet, or this is not important to be studied. Okay, so there's two possibilities. First, this is not studied yet, truly not studied yet, or this is not important to be studied. So once you find the gap, you should explain that this gap is important to be studied. Because we have many things new but not important. Let's say labubu, for instance. For me, labubu is not that important, but this is new, right? Labubu is a doll. Probably Anissa can explain you later. Okay? Labubu is a doll. For me, it's not important. But then for the others, probably yes, but for me, it's not important, though it's new. Okay, so once you explain about the previous studies, you should spot the gap. Once you spot the gap, you should explain what is the importance of the gap to be filled or to be studied. Okay, we call that as the significance of the study. Okay, once you're done with the significance of the study, then you go to the research questions. Afterward, you go to the research objective. That is the process. So if we want to conclude this framework of introduction, so you're trying to explain about the keywords. After keyword done, you go to the novelty. After the novelty done, you go to the research questions. Research question done, you go to the research objective. Okay, so this is the gap should be clearly explained, which is we talk about the novelty. Like give you an example. After I've done explaining all the words, all the keywords here, such as the COVID-19, then the mathematics, then the self-regulated learning, and the solution of flip learning with GeoGebra, then I go with the previous studies. Here's the previous studies. Okay, then I explaining what is the gap. This is the gap. Okay, by stating however of what, however of the previous studies. Okay, then after I explain however of these previous studies, then I explain the significance of why the gap should be studied. Okay, afterward I go, then I explain all those things. Afterward I go to the research questions, then I go to the research objective. Understood? That's the constructions of introductions, the same as this paper. In this paper, I explain the previous studies until this. Okay. Afterward, I explain the gap. Then I explain about the significance. But the thing that I forgot in here is the research question. I directly go to the research objective. But my point is that is the example. Okay. So, guys, that's the way we explain the gap. But for your, please be noticed that don't ever use kind of this citation with. Oh, here. So I want to remind you, when you're trying to explain about the previous studies, don't use citation like this. It is like clipping. I don't know what the English of clipping, yeah. Clipping is trying to collecting all the reference without explaining one by one. Okay, if you want to explain previous studies, just explain one by one for all the reference you use. For example, this one. In this one, I explain it. I'm not only collecting all those reference, but I also explaining those one by one. All right, so that's the way. Okay, so guys, we're done with the third sections. And then now we go to the fourth, that is the purpose of the research must be clearly conveyed. Yes, I already explained to you. So the keywords, novelty, research question, research objective. Coherent and cohesion then. Coherence is the relationship between each main idea of the coherence is the relationship between the main idea in the introductions. During introductions. What is the relation between the main idea is this one. We're going to the composition function, online learning, student understanding, flip-flop, STEM. This is what we call F, coherence. So the sort of main idea are clearly explained there and clearly easier to be understood. Okay, so what we call as the coherence. And what about the cohesions? The cohesion is about the linkage between each paragraph. So I give you the tip for that. So for instance, for this paper, I'm going from this, the main idea for the first paragraph is composition of functions. Then I go to online learning, right? From composition of function, I go to online learning. So let me show you about this paper. The main idea of this paragraph is the composition of functions. The second main idea of the second paragraph is online learning. So before I move from one paragraph, the first paragraph to the second paragraph, I give like a teaser for the second paragraph. The teaser of the second paragraph is online learning. So I put the teaser in here is taught online. Oke. Jadi dibuat kisi-kisi. Jadi kisi-kisi di akhir kalimat. So I give like a teaser in the last sentence. In the first paragraph, if this main idea is composition function, the second idea is online learning, then I give the word online learning in the last sentence. So the flow will be smooth here. Okay, that's what we call as cohesion. Also the same here. This is online learning and this is flip-flop, the main idea. So I give the word flip-flop model in the last sentence of the second paragraph. The same happened here as well. Before flip-flop, I go to stem, then I put the stem word in the last sentence. So the cohesion of the paragraph is clearly smooth. Okay, so that's what we call as coherent and cohesion between the paragraph must be clear. Then tell us why. Why is this significant what Mahmoud said? So guys, before we move to the method, do we have any questions? There's only one short question before we move. Do we have any questions? No? Clean clear? Oh. You know what? Most of the students I explained to this one, they said like a mind blowing. They just get dizzy. But you guys, I think you look so fresh, yeah. Hopefully, by the way. Yeah, okay. So you already take your lunch ya? Sudah makan siang?
Udah, Pak.
Yes.
Wah, mantap. Kalau sudah makan siang mah kita peres makin sehat ya. Okay. So we've done with the introduction. Now we go to the method then. Guys, in the method, I want to ask you, do you already prepare your article, by the way? Do you already have your own article? Before I continue with this one?
Yes,
Yes, Mahmoud. So you already opened your article now, right?
I will open it now.
You what?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. What about you, Uwase, Sakila? You also already open your article? Oh, probably see someone else. Hatin?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you already open your article?
I just went outside. Yeah, just say. Yeah, Microphone is on, bro.
Oh, it's
Excuse
okay.
me. Sorry.
It's okay. Probably can meet sometimes offline. Okay. So I wish before I continue, I wish you already open your article so that once I explain the structure, you can revise or at least you can check which one of the paper, which part of the paper that have to be refined. Okay. Oke, Bu Siti, Bu Anissa, Pak Nur, gitu ya. Okay, then continue. For the method, guys, please clearly explain the type and the model. Sorry, it's not double type. So the type and or model of the research should be clear. For instance, like if your article, if your research is quantitative, just says this study is a quantitative study with experimental model. So the model and the type of the research should be clearly explained in the very first sentence of the paragraph. Okay, because of why? Because of when I try to read your article in the method sections, the first you show me is the type of the study. When you show me the type of the study, the framework in my mind directly constructed. If you say you do quantitative, then the quantitative mind in my mind is constructed then. Okay, then the way I look at your paper will be do it quantitatively. That the use of why you should explain the type and the model of your study in the very first paragraph. Okay, and the research design then should be clear. I give you example here. Go to the method. The present study employ quantitative methods. This is the approach with a pretest protest control group design. This is the model. So this statement should be clearly stated in your method. Okay, secondly here, sorry, wait. Okay, secondly here is the research design should be clear. What is the research design? This one is the research design. There is the table or there is a flow diagram, just show it. Okay, just show the flow diagram and the table. After what, you describe it here. Okay, once you explain those, you describe all the table and the diagram there. Okay, as the same I do in the second article about this one. So I told you about the type of the study. This is the type of the study, and also I explain you about the model of the study. The model of the study is experimental method with the pretest process control group design. So I clearly explain about this one. Okay. Afterward, I explain about the model then, about the design. So design should be clearly explained here. Then you describe about the model. Okay. Then the subject and object of the research must be clearly conveyed. The subject, guys, the difference between qualitative and quantitative is that in the quantitative, the mind you can explain. Sure, okay. Before I go to that, in the subject section, before I go to that, make a subheading in the method sections. So you should put the research design, then research subject, data collection technique, data analysis technique. Please make a subheading for those things. Okay. The second is that specifically in the subject of the study, please, the first thing you do is explaining who they are. Okay. Who they are. Who means what is the criteria of their capability or criteria of them that is suitable to be the participant of your study. Jadi itu kualifikasi mereka tuh apa? Jadi jelaskan. So you should explain what are these qualification so that they are qualified or suitable to be participant in your study. Okay. So explain who are they? How many are they? How did you choose them? Okay. How did you choose them? Then you should explain, are those students, are those people, are those participants or subjects join or participate in your study secara sukarela, bahasa Inggrisnya apa, Bu Yeni?
Voluntarily.
Voluntarily, right? Foreign delivery. Thank you. Secara sukarela or foreign delivery. Okay? You should clearly explain to them what is oh, okay. Oh iya, saya lupa bagian pemanfaatannya AI. Dari tadi kayak gitu. Okay, thank you Biani. Yeah, okay. So the method is that you should explain to them how to do that clearly. Okay? So that is kind of subject. After the method, I will explain you how to use AI for that. And then the third one, the fourth one is you should explain about the data collection technique. From data, you should explain by explaining the data, then what type of data, then how did you get them, is the techniques, and also what instrument used for them. And then data analysis technique must be clearly described and the general formula doesn't need to be conveyed. Okay, so that is the way we construct the method. All right. Then, yeah, actually, Bu Jenny, sorry, I already forgot. I already prepared the material, by the way, but I just realized that the material here, materi workshop AI dalam riset English version. Sebenarnya saya udah siap materinya, cuman tadi lupa kok yang saya buka itu ya, gitu. Okay. So guys, that's the construction of introduction and method. Later, I can explain you about that one. So now let's use AI for this. Okay, before we use AI, guys, then I will explain you about the things that you should understand about AI. Is that there is in Indonesian context, there is some bills or rules that should be understood by students or any part of the university. First, the AI should put inclusivity in the very first place. So you cannot use AI for exclusivity or for some ethnic or religion or something like that. And do not ever cross humanity border. Okay, then put the security of your identity in the very first place. Then make sure that the AI can be accessible in the paper. So guys, all in all, you can read there for the 9 points. All in all, when you use AI, okay, please make sure you put the word that this article, or the author use AI, such as ChatGPT, to do editorial part of the article. So that statement should be clearly conveyed in the acknowledgement. Okay, that's what we call why we use AI in here. So that's the first thing you should understand about AI. Then let's talk about the do's and don'ts. The do's here is you may use AI for 3 things, guys. First, AI to improve readability and language of the work, which means editorial. What kind of editorial? Translating, grammar checking, and also about paraphrasing. Okay, that what we call editorial. But however, please put in here, take a concern about this one, that is the author should oversight and control what you found. Okay, the author should oversight and control what you do in the AI. So though you use AI, but you also have a fully control or fully responsible of whatever you write in the AI for your paper. So when there is a problem or obscures in your AI, in your paper, I will go to you directly to responsible for whatever you say in your paper. Okay. In what I said earlier, you should disclose about how to use AI and why to use AI in the acknowledgement sections. This is not the thing that you should not list AI as the author or co-author. This is so funny for me because how come Elsevier? Elsevier, by the way, is the publisher that one of the product is Scopus, as shown in Delhi. So this is the don'ts. Don't create or alter image, and then don't enhance, obscuring, moving, removing, or introducing a specific features. If there is some image, don't change it at all. Just put it all the way like that. Okay, and also you may use AI for image forensic tools or specialized software might be applied to submit manuscript. Okay, that's the use of AI. So you may use AI for the three things, guys. Okay, let's I talk to you seriously, by the way. So you may use AI only for three things. First, you may use AI for editorial purpose, that is paraphrasing, editing, and also translating. Secondly, reference, to find reference. The third is to analyze data. That's all. So don't use AI for the whole body of the paper. Because once Buyeni found you use AI, I don't know what kind of punishment you will get. Okay, but the university already have the bill for that. Okay, so you only use AI for only for those three things. Don't make it as to be used for the whole body. Then, guys, this is also here. You use AI for grammatical errors and so forth, citations, plagiarism checking, and processing analysis complex data sets. But don't use to generate the main sections, fabricate. The AI should not be listed as the author, and the create, modify, and manipulate. Okay. Now, guys, we use AI here. Please, any of you? Wait. Okay, so guys, please open this website. Wait up. Please open the website. Wait. Okay. So please open SciSpace now. Let me know once you open it. You already open it. So please now you can use SciSpace now. Please open SciSpace. This website may help you to do many things here. Okay, actually it is, you should pay for any kind of service you will get in this. But in Shopee, 15,000. But if you try to pay then directly, you should pay more than 400,000. Okay. Then in Shopee only 15,000. Okay. We are a people of mendang-mending here. Okay. So okay guys, what can we do with this website? What can we do with this website? So the first thing that we can do is finding the research gap. So guys, the first thing that we can do is to find the research gap. When we find the research gap, we can do this before we conduct the study. Okay, because the research gap is a must for us to construct a study. So when we get the research gap can be obtained in two conditions. First, the condition is that you directly go to a school or to the field, empirically find the problem in the field, right? In the school, you go to school and you find that you try to get you try to get the problem, then the problem will be the gap for you. Okay, or you go to preview studies and go to the recommended for future research. In this website, it will help you. So for instance, I'm trying to find out about the research of flipped learning in mathematical educations. Then this website will help me. Okay, this website will help me to first conclude all the 10 or 5 to 10 most relevant paper to explain about the flipped learning in mathematical education. Afterward, it helped me to find the research gap. So this is the summary of the 10 papers, the most relevant 10 papers. So ready, here on. So we have here the explanations. It will help me to understand about what the flipped learning in mathematical educations. It will help me a lot with the 10 most relevant paper. All right. Afterward, I'm going to the research gap. Here, there are some tools we can use here to digging out, for instance, this is my paper here, to digging out the paper suggested by the website. One of which is research gap. So we just put research gap here, just click this one, and it's found research gap here. So afterward, we can now understand about how, and we now understand about where to find research gap. So by using this size space with 15,000 rupiah, with this 15,000 rupiah, you can find this research gap. Okay, this website will help us to find the research gap. For instance, this paper. This paper says flip learning and effect in mathematics result in initial narrative analysis. So this paper suggests us or suggests the future research to do what? The paper acknowledges that while there are several research studies demonstrating the benefit of flip learning in students' learning process and effective factors, there are still limited. So this is the gap. There are still limited amount of research specifically focused on the area of mathematics. This indicates a gap. So this gap can be used for further study. If you don't have any plan of thesis, so you can use this gap to make your own thesis. Okay. So AI can be used to find the gap. The next one is about literature review. So the literature review here is this one. This is the literature review. We can review some literatures. It will help us to review 10 most relevant literatures. So we can use the other literature review. Afterward, paraphrasing, I will not explain you because limited times and my mistakes because I forgot to tell you about the AI. And also search for research topic, then yeah, later we can do it. Review article with chat PDF, extract data, and also AI detector. So guys, when I use this website, I only use some of this paper. First, I use the literature review to find the gap. I already explained you earlier. And also AI writer in here, it helped me a lot to find reference. For instance, let's get any, let's make an argument. Okay, if there is an argument says that problem-based learning is very effective to improve students' critical thinking. Students' critical thinking skills during mathematics learning process. All right. If there is a claim about this one, so wait. If there is a claim problem-based, okay. So problem-based learning. Problem-based learning is very effective to improve student critical thinking skill during the mathematics learning process. Okay, so there is a claim about this one. If we want to find any reference that support this claim, we don't have any reference yet, right, in this claim. So we can put any reference from this one by using what? Cite here. Okay, by clicking the cite, we will suggest it by 4 alternative citation. But what we use is size space papers, and this size space will suggest us everything here. Okay, once you get this, you just want to know which one of these that really suitable, then click this, open this new tab. Or if you already knows about this paper, then you can just cite it and it will be cited here. O'Brien et al. 2011. Okay, if you want to know about the paper of this, just click the title here. Then it will go to this page. If you want to know about the PDF, then you go to the PDF. Then the PDF will be shown here. Okay, so that is the way I use this website to complete my argument here. If I want to say this one, then I make this statement, then I go to the websites, then I find the reference that can be related to this argument. Okay, so that's why we use AI writer. Actually, the main use of this AI writer is you just make a topic, please explain. Oh, you say here. You can ask everything. Please explain the model of flip learning. Then it will help you to write down all the substrate here. For instance, it will help you to write down them. But I really don't recommend you to do this because it just make us to be doomed. Okay, flip learning is the key component plus here, and here, so on and so forth. So if you have a assignment given by the lecturer, you can use the writer to help you understand about what is flipped learning, not to help you to write down about the assignment. Okay, so I don't recommend you to do this to auto write you about the argument, but I recommend you to have this to help you to find the citations or reference. I mean, okay, paraphraser. Then this is paraphrasing part, and here is the AI detector. Okay, I have this website, and I can use this website to check the AI detector for your assignments. Okay, if Buyani found this, then Buyani can use it to check the AI detector. So before we go too far, there is a question then. Is it possible for writing thesis using AI? Is it okay? The answer is okay for you to use AI then. But then you only use AI for three things. Like I told you earlier, that for editorial, editorial, reference, and also analyzing. So once the paper or one your assignment, one your paper or one your thesis uploaded by Buyani here and got then 30%, that is violating the rule. Okay, so make sure the AI is less than 30%. All right. So that is the way we use this website. Okay, so afterward we go to the DeepSeek, guys. We go to the DeepSeek. So DeepSeek is another level of ChatGPT. Why I show this another level? Because it's free. ChatGPT is pricey, I guess, right? Because I'm kind of person with mendang-mending, so I use this free one. So what we can do with this, what can we do with these websites? The first thing is that abstract suggestion based on paper. Okay, let's say you already have your own paper, but then you don't have any abstract. So I can use this to design me an abstract. For instance, I put this article. Let's say this article doesn't have any abstract at all. So I put the article, I upload this article, then I put here, pretend. So here, guys, the structure of the prompt, there are three, the structure of the prompt is based on three sections. The first section is impersonating. Okay, impersonating is that you ask them to be what? The secondly is the background. The third one is your order. Okay, for instance, pretend that you are a professor that in educations that have many experiences in publishing article in Scopus index journal. So this sentence is impersonating. You want them to be what? Okay, that is the background. At the moment, how to write moment then. At the moment, I'm writing an article that is not completed with the abstract. Then please help me to please suggest me 3 alternative abstract that consists of the following conditions. First, include please state the gap of the study. 2-3 sentences. In 2-3 sentences. 2, please explain the purpose of the study. 3, may please explain, not please explain, please state Oh, yeah, explain the method. For please explain the findings. 5, please explain the significance of the study. 6, please make it in between 200 to 250 words. 7, make it in one comprehensive paragraph. Okay, done with this. I already uploaded the paper. Then here we go. Don't forget to click the deep thing. Okay, because the deep thing will make it to be more precise. Let you hear. So we see here how the DeepSeek, the way DeepSeek thing. Actually, this DeepSeek is generated by China, okay, and ChatGPT from the US. So from the US we have to pay a lot, but then the facility in the from the ChatGPT we have to pay yes, quite a lot. But then by paying that much, we will get many facilities that will help us. But then if your purpose only for writing paper, then DeepSeek is enough. So this is the first alternative paragraph. We see here, the first thing is that we have to state the gap. Let's see here the gap. Despite is enough. Despite is setting the gap, right? Then the purpose of the gap, then also theory, and so on and so forth. So based on this, we are suggested 3 alternative abstract. Okay, we just later we can check it which abstract that is suitable to our paper. Okay. Okay, so this website help us to create the abstract. Then title suggestions. Probably we choose that the first abstract is suitable to our paper. Then we say here, I choose the first abstract. Then now, please suggest me 3 alternative titles. Please suggest 3 alternative titles that is suitable to journal to Scopus index journal. So I already choose the first abstract. Then I'm asking them. I'm asking this DeepSeek to suggest me 3 alternative titles based on the first abstract. Okay, then go. While waiting for this, yes, Hatim.
I wanna ask, you explain here if I need some information, make download for my article, right? To get a suggestion about abstract or something, right? You
Sorry,
didn't hear
probably
me.
the signal of your
You can hear me?
yeah, but that it's not really clear. Please repeat again.
I mean, you explain if I need like abstract,
Mhm.
download my article to get abstract, right?
You upload, not download, right? Upload your article.
Yeah. After that, my article didn't become AI.
No. Because AI don't use your article to as a feeding for them. Because yeah, okay. So clearly say that AI will not use your article publicly because the article we only use for this one. So it will any documents will not be dangerous for you once you upload it to the AI, as long as the account of your AI is not shareable. If you use shareable AI, so if you use shareable account, then it will be dangerous because probably another user can hack your document and use it inappropriately. Okay, but as long as the account is only you there, then it will be safe.
After submit my article to get information, if I check about AI, nothing, right? Because already
Nothing.
I make some article and make paraphrase.
Yeah, it's okay.
After that, I need information. If I download, I am afraid from that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Anytime. So I'm pretty sure that my internet connection is quite not good there, but however, based on this one, guys, based on this, so you can use this AI to you can use the AI to suggest you the title. Okay, to suggest you the title. I give you later. I'll give you here, for instance. Oh no, where? Here. Another one. So probably I'll give you another. I give you because this my internet is not well good. So guys, to make it short, you can use this DeepSeek to suggest me the abstract because since the abstract is suggestible and also title can also be suggested, and you also can use this paper to find the journal that is suitable to your abstract, to your paper. Okay, for instance, that is one. Do you hear something like a music? I really am sorry, yeah, because there is some people dangdutan around me. I don't know what happened to them. Oh, wait. So here. Oh, here. So, guys, so let's say for this one, yeah. I really am sorry for the disturbance. So, let's make new one. So, pretend that you are, so used by this the same. We can use this here. Pretend that you are, okay, with the same command. Pretend that you are professor in education article, and please, at the moment, I'm trying to find some journals that's suitable to my paper. So please suggest me 10 Scopus index paper. Okay, a Scopus index paper that's suitable to my abstract, my title and abstract with the following condition. First, title of the journal, quartile, suitable focus and scope for link of the journal, APC informations, make it in a table. Okay, and then we go to the title. Let's say the title is this. Okay, this is the title and abstract. Abstract we can use here. So here's the abstract. Okay, based on this, we can ask AI to suggest us the journal that is suitable to our paper. So it's not only Scopus Index journal, but also Sinta accredited journals. So you can use this the AI to suggest us the suitable journal that can be used for us to submit it. Just read it. While waiting for this, is there any question, guys, the one we ask? I really am sorry because behind me there is some sound system that sounding about the dangdut in the wedding party. I'm sorry.
Sir, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Actually, it is interesting to know that there is an appearance of AI detector. My question is, what kind of prohibited action that can be detected by AI detector? Like when we use it for paraphrasing, sorry, or grammar checking, can those actions could be detected by AI detector
Oh, that's really
or
that's
anything
really good
else?
questions. Okay, done.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, Bu Rizky. So actually, AI detector is to detect. It's not to say that you do plagiarisms. It doesn't say that you do any obscuring at all. So AI detector is to detect, right? So when you use AI, probably your writing will be detected by AI. Then the next decision is will be your supervisors or your lecturer, whether this paper is whether you do mistake for your paper based on the AI. So actually, what I want to say to you, there is no, so the AI detector is only used for the to detect whether you use AI or not. But is it prohibited to use AI during the article writing process? No, as long as we only use it for three things. That's what I said earlier: editorial, reference, and also data analysis. That's all. Okay, don't use AI to write up from zero to end regarding about your paper. Okay, if you do that, then it will violate your integrity then. So that's the first. The second, if you use AI, please state in the acknowledgement that you use AI of what software, of what website, what kind of website do you use, and you use it for what purpose. Okay, so that statement should be clearly stated in the acknowledgement. For instance, I use, and in this the right in the process of writing this paper, the authors use AI in bracket ChatGPT 4.0 to paraphrase and to editorial purpose. That will be fine. Okay, and that's usage of AI will be less than 30%. Once you use AI more than 30%, it's indicating that the whole paper is made by AI. The next then, it will be the journal editor decisions, whether they want to proceed your paper or not, based on the findings. Is that clear enough, Buriski?
So, it can be said that when I use AI to paraphrasing my, not paraphrasing or translating the words of my participants when I conduct a research, and then I use AI to translate what the statement of them, and then I copy and paste. So it can be said, it can be guaranteed that AI detector can detect the
Sure,
percentage of my
sure,
usage.
sure. But the problem is that wrong or not? That is not wrong, right?
Oh, I
Your
see, I see.
question is that whether the AI can detect? Yes, AI can
Yeah.
detect. But the next question is that wrong or right? This is not wrong. That's right. That's okay. That's acceptable. The
Oh,
problem
I
is
see.
that yeah, right. So it's not about the AI detector. It's about your integrity in writing up your paper.
Oh, got it. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Thank you, Buriski. So guys, we already see here is the results of the suggestion. So you can use this AI to suggest you the your for your paper which journal that is suitable to your paper, as long as you put aside with the title and the what is it, abstract. Okay, so this is the title of the journal, quartile, then suitable focus. So this is the focus of the journal that is suitable to your paper, and also this is the link, and also this is the APC informations. Okay, Okay, there is another information that you can put up is about the, please put here, 6 is the maths score. Okay, 7. Okay, if you want to refine your prompt, just make it edit. So here's the prompt. Okay, guys. So while waiting for this, we go to the next one. Yeah, is figure table descriptor. You just upload the table. You just upload the figure to the DeepSeek. Then you can ask DeepSeek to analyze or to describe the table or the diagram. Okay, I will not demonstrate it because you can. I'm sure you can do it yourself. Suggestion for respond to reviewers comment. This is another tip, yeah. This is another tip. While waiting for this, I'll show you this one here. So while you are submitting your paper to the journal, then the journal reviewer will review your paper, and the journal got the review results. Then the review result will be sent to you, right? And you will get the reviewer's comment. Then you can upload it to this website. You ask them to give some explanation about this paper, about this review comments. So you can pretend that you are professor research education. The attached file is my paper that has been given. La 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 la. So your answer in please suggest me the response for its reviews. So your answer in comprehensive table that show the reviewers comment and so on and so forth. Please supported by DOI or link and so on and so forth. This is the introduction section. The comment is here. The second here. The third one is here. So afterward, the AI will give this is reviewer comment. This is the suggested response and revision actions. And this is the supported link that you can use to debate the reviewer. So you can ask AI to answer the comment from your reviewer. But then just don't copy this. Just don't copy this to your paper, but then use it as the reference for you to define or to answer the response. All right. So that is the way we use AI in doing the review process. So here, guys, this is the process. This is now completed by the math score. So based on the paper, this is the best paper that's suitable to the paper is the computer and education journal. Based on what? Based on the math score. That is 1 to 10, then 10 then. Okay, so this is the way I use AI to suggest me which paper that is suitable to the journal. Which journal is suitable to the paper. Create conceptual framework. Guys, this is, you can use it for your research proposal. But before you do that, ya, for instance, andaikan Anda seorang profesor, pretend that you are a professor in mathematics education that have many experience published in Scopus Index Journal. I plan to make a research that this title, the implementation of model flipped learning integrated by GeoGebra in improving student hard skill of secondary school in trigonometry. Help me to design the conceptual framework, define show it or depict this in a flow chart. Okay, thank you. Don't forget to say thank you because it will make it to be more better. Okay, so in the end, AI show me about the conceptual framework. So the conceptual framework, I'm not using it like directly using it. I'm checking it whether this is right or wrong, so on and so forth, before I use it. And I don't copy it directly. I make it myself and I make it to be more readable. And also not only conceptual framework, but also about theoretical framework. So conceptual framework is for you that do quantitative research. Theoretical framework is for you that do qualitative research. So if you do qualitative research, you use theoretical framework. And then in the last, you get this theoretical framework. This one is the theoretical framework. All right. So this is the way, theoretical framework. So the paper, the AI can suggest you the theoretical framework. Lastly is the devil advocate. Devil advocate is the one who debate your argument for your argument improvements. So I use devil advocate to criticize my paper. Yeah, for instance, okay. For instance, this one. Oh, wait once. Oh, and this one. Okay. For instance, this one, I'm editing it. Then I try to delete. Then please give a critical review for the paper based on based on all sections in the paper. Okay, then AI will help you to criticize your paper. Okay. Okay, so it's not done yet. So actually, this AI can help you to do that. So I'll show you another website. The name is Chat PDF. So Chat PDF help me to review the article. For instance, this one. So this is the paper here. So I ask the paper, pretend that you are a reviewer and so on and so forth. Then please criticize based on these questions. Okay, and the AI will give me the evaluation, satisfactory, comment, so on and so forth. While this chat PDF became my devil advocate to criticize my own paper before I submit it to the journal, so that in the review process will be smooth because there will be less comment from the reviewer. Okay, next is the Manus. So Manus is the same. Next is the Julius AI for the quantitative purpose. So guys, that's all. Probably, if you want to know about the writing paper, actually you can go to this to YouTube. Then you can find my name here, Naufal Sartono, right? You can find my name, and you can go to the. By the way, I'm not monetizing this page yet. Though it's suitable to be monetized, but I'm not doing it yet. Then you can go to the tutorial publikasi ilmiah. Alright, and you go to the last video, garis umum penulisan artikel ilmiah untuk jurnal Interindex. However, unfortunately, I explain it in bahasa Indonesia. But then I'm sure you study in UMS, sure also you learn bahasa Indonesia, right? For the foreign student here, Mahmud, Wasi, and so on. So you should study bahasa Indonesia. I'm pretty sure you already know some words from bahasa Indonesia, and you can understand about this explanation. So that's all. Thank you, Bu Yeni. The times I give it back to you.
Oke, terima kasih banyak. Great appreciation to Pak Naufal. Ya, terima kasih untuk semua ilmunya yang sudah disedekahkan untuk kami. Semoga bermanfaat. Hopefully, I believe it's going to be very useful for us because okay. Let's say Hamda together to end this session because it's already Asar time. Let's say Hamdallah together. Alhamdulillah. Thank you guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you,
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
terima kasih
Thank you,
banyak. Sampai
Pak.
ketemu
Thank you,
lagi.
sir.
Kalau ada
Thank you
apa-apa.
so
Oke, Bu
much,
Yani,
Bu.
Bu Yani.
Thank you, Pak.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for support. Assalamualaikum.
Yeah.